If the Eagles can just replicate that fourth quarter, everything from top to bottom for all four quarters of a game, they can be a good team. It's just those 3 quarters before where you just got me questioning a lot of things. And it all goes back to coaching. At the end of the day, it's always coaching. But when it mattered most, Jalen Hurts, AJ, Devontae, the defensive guys, Cooper DeJean, Brandon Graham, even CJ, who had a couple of iffy plays, making big-time tackles when they needed to do it. And they came up big in the fourth quarter, won the football game. No turnovers from the offense, nothing crazy. It didn't start out very well, obviously, as we all know. But if that fourth quarter, that late third into fourth quarter, if that team on the offense and the defense, a defense that is, committing to the blitz, getting pressure on the quarterback, hitting and sacking the quarterback, that offense committing to the run, opening things up in the middle of the field, being creative and different with their play calls, playing smart football, they can do something. It's literally right there. In that fourth quarter alone, that's what the Eagles need to replicate if they want to compete with the rest of the NFC, with the teams in the AFC, if they get that far. Literally, that's what they need to do. And you have other teams that are going to be playing from this AFC North, like the Steelers. Great defense, solid offense. We'll see how they look with Russ. The Bengals, really good offense. That defense is questionable. That O-line is questionable. Haven't been able to win many games, but they are putting up numbers. They're putting up points. They're doing a lot of good things despite their record. And, of course, the Baltimore Ravens. Right now, they're playing the Commanders, who are giving them a run for their money, and that's where it scares me. The Commanders are playing great football. The Eagles really need to clean up their act. And today, I think the biggest takeaway is that the turnover game was nullified. The Eagles didn't commit any. They didn't make anything happen for the Browns, but they didn't, outside of the blocked punt, or blocked field goal, if you want to count that, which is a great play by Myles Garrett, the best player on their team. The Eagles handled business. It just was not pretty to start the game against the Browns on the offensive side. If they can just shore that up a little bit, make those problems go away, play like they did in the fourth quarter. Hurts have made better decisions, made better ball placements, got balls to AJ and Smitty when it mattered, made runs happen when it matters the most, when you need to convert first downs on third downs when you're running down the clock, Nothing ridiculous. Like, I hope Jordan Mailata and Darius Slay and all the guys and Dallas Goedert, I hope they're okay. But kudos to Fred Johnson, Grant Calcaterra, and Isaiah Rodgers for coming in and playing some solid football in relief. Fred Johnson, it was a little interesting on that throw to AJ. He was definitely not helping Hurts keep, get into that throw. It was a tad bit behind because of that, but it wasn't the worst ball I've seen, and it was caught. Huge play right there. And then obviously you had Jahan Dotson converting on a huge third down to start off that drive. And Smitty had the game-winning touchdown catch and run on a crossing route. More things like that can elevate this team, and the coaches need to understand that and stop being stupid and trying to be too cute and smart. Trying to outthink the opposing coach when in reality they're just outthinking themselves. Like, just play simple, smart football. Feel what's happening with the game. If you are leaning on Saquon, lean full on in. If Hurts is throwing the ball well to AJ or Smitty or Goddard or Calcaterra or anybody, lean into that, Focus in on that. That's what you do when a team is unable to stop one facet of your game. You make that the focus of the game. We did that in 2022. We're running the ball constantly because they couldn't stop our run. And then when AJ would be able to beat them over the top, you're just feeding into that over and over. And that's what I needed to see, and that's what I saw today in the fourth quarter. And I keep prefacing the fourth quarter because it wasn't a full four-quarter game, or it was just one quarter. And I need the Eagles to do better in all 4 quarters. If they play like that, they have a shot at competing How far can they go? I do not know, and I do not want to question or think about that. It is only October 13th. There is a lot of football left. There's a lot to figure out, and we have the Giants upcoming next. So let's take this win. Don't focus on the negatives too much. We know what the negatives are. Coaching and player execution and things like that need to be cleaned up, and hopefully they will. We're going to MetLife next week, and we need to be on our A game because this is a very, very personal and real game for a lot of the players and the teams involved and the fans. It's going to be crazy. So the win wasn't great, but they got it done despite a lot of different variables going against them, and that's all that matters. And honest to God, this referee crew, they played it very, very even. I think both teams had 5 or 6 penalties as a whole on both sides. So I'm happy with the outcome. I just need more things to get cleaned up overall. I'm not stressing. I feel a little bit better. That defense looked good for the most part, and the offense, when it got itself going, they got itself going. So hopefully they can do better.